There is such a strange woman in the world, every day with a pen in the toilet paper marking, but also often lying on the door of the toilet to eavesdrop. The reason is actually to prevent the black maid to steal the use of the white-only toilet. The hostess asked the maid in the toilet what she was doing, and as soon as the words left her mouth, the maid pressed the flush switch. The hostess was furious, and Minnie, the black maid, was expelled, fired from her job. Minnie is determined to get revenge and brings a feces-laced chocolate pie to the home of her mistress, Hilly. Hilly humiliates Minnie as she tastes it, and Minnie's suppressed anger erupts, bluntly saying, "Eat my feces." The humiliated Hilly retaliates by rumoring that Minnie has a contagious disease and slandering her as a thief, causing Minnie to be ostracized by the whole town and no one dares to hire her. But Minnie wasn't beaten, and she went to the home of Leah, Hilly's nemesis, to seek employment. Leah, a kind-hearted woman, is not as arrogant as the whites and accepts Minnie with open arms. Meanwhile, Fran, a white girl, is determined to be a voice for black people after her mother kicked out the black maid who had taken care of her for over 20 years and then unexpectedly passed away. She finds Abby, a black maid, and hopes to expose racial discrimination through an interview. Although Abby is afraid of the white man's evil deeds, she eventually chooses to believe Fran and is joined by Minnie. Abby tells the story of her own tragic life as a maid from the age of 14, caring for 17 white children, being discriminated against as they grew up, and losing her son to the indifference of a white doctor. Minnie also recounted her own humiliating experiences. After their stories were published in the newspaper, it triggered a strong reaction from the blacks, and there were even shootings of blacks in front of Hilly's door with blacks protesting against the toilet. In the face of the crisis, Fran does not back down and finds Minnie and Abby again. This time, many black maids were no longer silent and came forward to tell of the humiliation. Fran wrote these stories into a book which was released and sold well throughout the United States, allowing whites to see the suffering of black maids, and some white attitudes began to change. Hilly is furious and goes to Fran to settle the score, but is humiliated by Fran's mother. Minnie gets a new job and her white employer invites her to dine at the same table. In the end, Minnie and Abby are invited to walk up to the church pulpit, and amidst the cheers of the congregation, they use their courage and perseverance to illustrate the warmth and mutual support that transcends race and color.